So as I was saying, it's quite fast. The kidneys are wider. Thanks, buddy. I don't know what it is. Shower curtain pattern in it. Have the sun on your face. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today I'm here to tell you about the all-new BMW Z4, take it for a drive and see what this M40i is like on the Autobahn. Of course, we have driven the previous Z4 as well, but that has been a while. It's been a while since we've seen a new Z4, so it will be interesting to see how this car is, how it drives, how it handles, especially because the platform was developed together with Toyota. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video, and follow us on Instagram at AutoTopNL. Alright, so I'm going to show you the spec we've got it in. We've got a San Francisco red one today, which is a very bright red color. I quite like it for this car. I think it looks pretty cool. We've got some 19-inch wheels, some M Performance wheels, some M Performance brakes behind that, and some Michelin Pilot Supersport tires. Very nice. Of course, because this is an M40i, it's an M Performance model, so we've got those grey accents all around the car again, like the mirror caps, those little blades in the front bumper as well, the grille with his new, I don't know what it is, shower curtain pattern in it. Don't really like that. So we've got a new, completely new front. It's not that BMW like, to be honest, from the front. It's the kidneys are wider. The headlights are really sharp. Pretty much all the lines on this car are very sharp. It's like this fold right here. It's like they designed it with a Stanley knife. So at the rear, we've got an M40i badge, a Z4 badge, and these reflectors. That's not functional. That's not functional either. We've got some black exhaust tips, and this is actually a real exhaust, as you can see. Very nice. A black diffuser as well. And again, you know, it's really sharp. The lines are sharp. I think the car looks quite aggressive. And we've got this awesome sort of ducktail spoiler, which I think looks really, really cool. Show you the boot as well, because it's actually not bad. So it's actually quite big. The opening is quite big as well. So this is a very, very useful boot space. And you've got some, no, that's for the roof. You can't use that. 19-inch, as I said. Some side blades, which are functional. Yes, looks cool. It's a very aggressive looking car. Okay, let's open the roof. We can do that with the key. Just keep this button pressed. You have to be close to the car though. There it goes. It's quite fast. And of course, they went from the previous generation, which had a steel roof. And this has a cloth roof again, so fabric, which I prefer. But they did really do some work to make it very sturdy. So it has a special aluminium construction inside the roof to make sure that it stays in shape at higher speeds. But this is a good looking roadster, I have to say. So as I said, they developed it together with Toyota for the new Supra, and well, it's basically just a platform. So they worked together on the platform, and then they went their separate ways, because BMW was going to build a roadster and Toyota was going to build a coupe. And of course they have their own setup. So when they were done, BMW took the entire suspension setup and changed it completely. It has a 5-link suspension at the rear and some new struts at the front as well. And it is, because it is an M Performance version, you also have a 20i, a 30i, Because this is the M Performance, it has adaptive dampers as well. It is a bit lower than the normal models. And it has an M Performance rear differential with torque vectoring. So it is a serious sports car. On the inside, well, contrasting with the beautiful red, it is a bit of a boring spec on the inside. It's all black leather, basically, with some aluminium. Don't really like that. I would have liked to see that they went for a beige interior. I think that would be cool. But we've got these cool sports seats. Leather is standard in any Z4, which is pretty cool. Nice stitching. And well, it is actually a very good driving position because, as you can see, the wheel, well, as you can see, I don't think you'll be able to see, but the wheelbase is shorter than before, than the previous Z4. And that means that you have more of a compact car, which is good for the driving. And you sit a bit more to the front as well, compared to the previous Z4. So you're a bit more in the middle of the car. The seats are very low, so it is a very, very sporty driving position. We've got the iDrive 7, of course, with the touchscreen, the new digital instrument cluster, which I don't like. We've got a head-up display, and we've got a lot of soft touch material. Everything is really sturdy though. I really like the build quality of this car, and that's also especially in a roadster, because if the roof comes off, the structural integrity is sort of compromised. So if you have something in the car like a door handle or a center console that's not that well built and not that sturdy, you're going to feel and hear that, you know, there are going to be creaks and sounds. But this car is so freaking stiff. It is so rigid, and you feel it immediately when you start attacking some roads. It's really, really good. We've also got some M belts. Cool. So, as you could hear from that startup, this is still comfort mode. But that's a nice sound. Oh, I'll show you the engine. Why haven't I shown you the engine? Because we've got the B58 inline 6 M Performance with 340 horsepower and 500 newton meters. 340 horsepower is exactly the same amount as the previous BMW Z4 35IS, which had the N54 engine and an MDCT gearbox. So it basically had the 1M engine. But this does have 500 newton meters, so that means that it has 50 newton meters more than the previous Z4 35IS. So at least that's good. 0 to 100, 4.5 seconds. We are actually going to do a draggy measurement over there, a GPS measurement, to see what the 0 to 100 time is. All right, so we're going to do a measurement over there, but first we are going to drive this fun little car. We are going to go for no traction control and Sport Plus. So we've got a ZF 8-speed gearbox, which shifts really quickly. Listen to those burbles. It's actually very dark. It's very full-bodied. Yeah, I like it. I really like it. Right, so we are switching off the traction control again. So, how does it feel as a roadster? Well, as I said, it feels very rigid, but still if you have it in comfort mode with those adaptive dampers, you can still cruise along with this car, and it's very comfortable. If you have the gearbox in drive, you know, comfort mode with the roof up, it's very quiet and comfortable, and maybe even too quiet and comfortable, because it sort of compromises the sports car feeling you get, because it's a bit too easy, it's a bit too easy going. Once you go for Sport Plus mode and the gearbox in Sport, get that roof down like this, now you feel that you're in a sports car. Now you feel like, you know, this is fun, and I could have a lot of fun with this car on a nice road or on a track even, because this car laps the Nürburgring quicker than a BMW M2. So that alone is very impressive already. So the exhaust sound, you know, it is that straight six sound with sort of a darker tone to it, I would say. It does sound better than an M2, if you ask me. Nice, 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 nice. So it does feel really well balanced. It feels like you're connected to the car in a way that, you know, only sports cars can. But this car has to compete with a Porsche Boxster S or something like that. So yeah, it is going to have a hard time competing with that when it comes to sort of handling and, you know, directness, poise, balance. Okay, we're going to do a launch control. I've got the draggy set up. So Sport Plus, DSC Sport, foot on the brake, full throttle, only 2000 RPM. Don't really like that launch control. That's 4.9. It's a bit soft, I would say. I just noticed that it goes up a little bit above 2, so I'm going to release it immediately. No, that doesn't help either. No, 4.89, same again. So it's... Thanks, buddy. So that 4.5 seconds, 0 to 100, it's going to be tough to be able to get that. And performance brakes, always nice to have. Okay, I'm just going to remove this. So as I was saying, it's very difficult for this car to sort of compete with the Boxster, the 718 Boxster S, when it comes to handling, directness, lightness. If you are going for a true sports car, I would say that that Boxster is the better choice. But if you are looking for a nice sports car that you can drive a bit more with, you know, a more useful boot space, I would say that it's very, very hard to beat this car. Because it is a bit more versatile than most cars in this segment. Okay, I'm going to get the roof up. Should work. Up to 50 kilometers an hour. So it's pretty quick, and you can also use it with the roof. It unveils a problem, which is that they are pumping fake sound through the speakers. Listen to this. This is comfort, sport. So the sound changes, and when you have the roof down, it's fine, it's great, because, you know, you don't hear it that loudly. But with the roof up, it suddenly is a lot more audible. It's more noticeable that there is fake sound coming through the speakers. Oh, this feels nice though. Okay. So let's see what this thing will do. Oh, I forgot the GoPro. Sorry guys. Yes, it's on. Okay, full throttle. So one thing I always love about this engine is that mid-range grunt and that top-end power. It just feels so powerful and smooth at the same time. And oh my god, that might also be a little problem for this car, because it does feel very smooth, which means it doesn't feel that raw and edgy, and it feels less raw and edgy than the engine in Martijn's M135i. But it is very, very fast. That's 260. And we actually found out that this car will go up to 268 kilometers an hour, 259, 260 GPS. So this car is supposed to be limited at 250 kilometers an hour, but it seems like it's not limited at all. But Autobahn performance driving, you know, it's super quick, it's very stable, it's very comfortable. Yeah, you could cover a lot of distance in this car at these high speeds. And it gets there so easy. That was 250 again. I mean, it's no problem. So I'm actually going to change my head-up display a little bit so I can actually see it while I'm driving. Height, this one, and then yes. So I can actually watch it, which is nice. Alrighty, well, we'll turn around here and do another little run, because, well, why the hell not? Nice. Oh man, it does feel it does feel a little bit like softer than a BMW M2. It's not as aggressive, I would say, but it does feel very, very nice. It feels very well balanced. It just feels like it's very hard to upset the chassis, if that makes any sense. It's like okay with pretty much anything you would like to throw at it. Okay, here we go again. So 250, I can actually see how fast we're going now. Man, it just keeps pulling. 263, 4. Come on, no, 4. It won't go faster. But as I said, it's nice. If you want something that you can take on a holiday and actually, you know, be very comfortable in, have some nice trunk space, and have a 6-cylinder, then you should go for this one. And I think that last one is going to be a big one for a lot of people, because there are not that many cars left that are coming out now that have a 6-cylinder. So, oh man, it feels good. Yeah, so I think props to BMW that they are keeping this 6-cylinder alive, because especially this B58 is a gem. So I'm pretty positive about this car. I think that it could have been a little bit sharper. The steering is a little bit dead as well. So I think it could have been a little bit sharper, and I think it's a bit too heavy. It's over 1500 kilos, and even though they used a lot of aluminium and they went from a steel roof to a fabric roof, it's still heavier than the previous one. So I think it should have been a little bit lighter, a little bit more edgy, and then I would have absolutely loved it. But I am very positive about this car. I think it's just a lot of fun. And it sort of keeps getting harder to find cars that are just fun and that are good at what they are meant to be good at. So this car is just meant for this 6-cylinder, roof down, there we go, roof down. Have the sun on your face, the sky, unlimited space above your head. Go for Sport Plus mode. And have that nice 6-cylinder, that exhaust rumbling a little bit. It's freaking fast, it's comfortable, it's quite spacious, it's well equipped, it's well built. You know, what's not to like? So that's my conclusion. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this POV review or check out this playlist of POV reviews. We've made a lot of them, so go check it out, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye guys.